All right, so we're going to compare and order fractions. So in order to do that, what we need to do is make sure we're comparing things that are the same. So what I mean by the same is they have to have the same denominator in order for us to do that. So it's like comparing apples and oranges. Okay, if you've got something like this where you've got fourths, thirds, sixths, you can't compare them very easily. But if they have the same denominator, so the same bottom line, then you can compare them easily by looking at the numerator. Okay, so we're going to do that with these fractions. Now what we want to do is look at what denominator would be a good, what we call common denominator. Okay, so same denominator, and it's also called the common denominator. Now an easy way to do that is usually to just look at the numbers and multiply them together, but have a look first at the different numbers. We'll have a look at the biggest number there. Do the other numbers actually go into this big number? And you can see here that, yeah, they do. 4 times 3 is 12, 6 times 2 is 12, 3 times 4 is 12. So we could actually use this 12th as our common denominator. Okay, so we're going to look at each one of these fractions: a quarter, 2/3, 5/6, 3/4, and the 11/12. But 11/12 doesn't need to go anywhere. It's already over 12. So I'm going to circle what we're going to be comparing. So that's already the way we want it to be. Let's look at the other fractions here. 1/4. Now remember, from equivalent fractions, if we want the bottom line to be 12, we look at the 4 and we think, okay, to get to 12, I'd need to times it by 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Now remember, with fractions, you have to do the same thing to the bottom as you do to the top. So to the top, I'm going to times that by 3. Okay, this is now 12ths, 3/12. So we can compare that one. All right. We're going to do the same thing with the others now. 2/3, 3 times 4 is 12. Same thing to the top as the bottom, 8. So 2/3 is the same as 8/12. Again, 5/6, 6 times 2 gives me 12. Same thing to the top and the bottom, 10/12. And the last one, fourths, because we know that fourths we can times by 3 to get 12, by 3 to get 9. We know that that is going to be 9/12. So now we've actually got our circled fractions all over 12 and we can compare them. So let's put them in order. Let's find smallest to biggest. So having a look, you can see 3/12 is the smallest one. The next one, 8/12. Then 9/12, 10/12, and 11/12. Done them all. Now this doesn't really make much sense because that's not what we started with. So when you go back to answer this now, you really want to go back to, okay, what was 3/12? That was 1/4. So that's our first in the list. The next one was 8/12. That's 2/3. Then we had 9/12, which was this one, 3/4. 10/12, which was this one, 5/6. And the last one, 11/12. Now if you wanted to put these, this is finished now, putting these in order and comparing, but if you wanted to put these on a number line, it's actually quite nice to do, just so you can see. We're looking at 12ths. So if we go 0, here we're going to divide this up into 12ths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that's a 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this would be 12 12s over here. Okay, so if we actually put these all on the number line, you can see 11/12 would be here, 11/12, 10/12, 9/12, 8/12. They're really very close, and then 3/12. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, if we were looking, for example, here at 3/12, let's just check out with the picture, and you can do this for any of them. 3/12, we've coloured in 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to actually do the same thing here with different colours, and you'll see 1, 2, 3. I'll do it with a yellow. 1, 2, 3, and a blue. You can see that 3/12, where we coloured in for 3/12, is actually a quarter of the line, a quarter of the way, and that's why we've got a quarter. So you can see here we've got, this is 2/3 of the way across the line, 3/4, and then getting again closer to 1. The smaller the difference between these two here, the closer you're getting to this end. So it's really nice because if you're not sure, you can always draw yourself a number line, put them on, and you can really see where they are and be able to compare.